In the 21st century, several governments in exile have emerged or evolved by issuing peaceful declarations and administrative filings to reclaim lost or suppressed sovereignty. These groups rely on the legal concepts of state continuity and restoration rather than violent insurrection. Below are the most prominent governments in exile from 2001 to 2026 that have issued peaceful redeclarations, their primary locations, and their leadership. 1. United States of Biafra, USB. The USB represents the most recent case of a peaceful restoration declaration in the 21st century. It shifted from the government in exile (BRGIE) model to a restored state framework in late 2024. Redeclaration date, November 29, 2024. Host country Finland, specifically the convention in Lahti. Primary leaders: Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, Chief of Staff and Deputy Prime Minister, and the sole leader responsible for official diplomatic documentation. Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister. Legal basis: based on a 2024 self-referendum with over 50 million recorded votes, invoking the Montevideo Convention and the Stimson Doctrine. 2. Federal Republic of Kabylia. The Movement for the Self-Determination of Kabylia, MAK, transitioned its administrative body into a full provisional government, seeking independence from Algeria. Redeclaration date, December 14, 2025. Host country, France. Declared at the Salons Hoche in Paris. Primary leader: Ferhat Meheni, President of the Federal Republic of Kabylia. Legal basis: a peaceful path declaration emphasizing democratic and secular values, positioning Kabylia as a federal republic in exile. 3. East Turkestan Government in Exile, ETGE. While seeking independence from China for the region often called Xinjiang, this body was formally established in the 21st century to represent the people of East Turkestan democratically. Establishment/declaration date, September 14, 2004. Host country, United States, headquartered in Washington, D.C. Primary leaders: Ghulam Yagma has served as president. Salih Hudayar has served as prime minister and is a prominent diplomatic voice. Legal basis: claims the illegal overthrow of the 1949 East Turkestan Republic and seeks restoration through international legal complaints, such as to the International Criminal Court. 4. Republic of Ambazonia. Representing the Anglophone regions of former British Southern Cameroons, this movement established a government in exile to restore the sovereignty lost during the 1961 unification. Declaration of Restoration, October 1, 2017. Symbolic restoration of independence. Host countries: various. Leaders operate from the United States, United Kingdom, and Nigeria. Primary leaders: Sisiku Ayuktabe. First president currently detained. Dr. Samuel Sako Ikome, acting president of the interim government. Legal basis: invokes the failure of the 1961 federal agreement and uses the Buea Declaration as a legal foundation for restoration. Comparison of modern restorations, 2001 to 2026. State claimed. Declaration date. Host location. Key leaders. Status: Biafra, USB. November 29, 2024. Finland. Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. Restored state, exile. Kabylia. December 14, 2025. France. Ferhat Meheni. Federal Republic. Exile. East Turkestan. September 14, 2004. USA. Salih Hudayar. Govt in exile. Ambazonia. October 1, 2017. USA. Various. Dr. Samuel Sako. Interim Govt, exile. Why these leaders choose peaceful redeclaration? In the 21st century, these leaders, like Dr. Orebweze and Ferhat Meheni, focus on peaceful declarations because international bodies like the UN and the EU are more likely to grant audience to groups that avoid armed conflict. By filing administrative documents and using registered lobbyists, they attempt to move their cause from a local riot to an international legal dispute. In the 21st century, several governments in exile have emerged or evolved by issuing peaceful declarations and administrative filings to reclaim lost or suppressed sovereignty. These groups rely on the legal concepts of state continuity and restoration rather than violent insurrection. Below are the most prominent governments in exile from 2001 to 2026 that have issued peaceful redeclarations, their primary locations, and their leadership. 1. United States of Biafra, USB. The USB represents the most recent case of a peaceful restoration declaration in the 21st century. It shifted from the government in exile (BRGIE) model to a restored state framework in late 2024. Redeclaration date, November 29, 2024. Host country Finland, specifically the convention in Lahti. Primary leaders: Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, Chief of Staff and Deputy Prime Minister, and the sole leader responsible for official diplomatic documentation. Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister. Legal basis: based on a 2024 self-referendum with over 50 million recorded votes, invoking the Montevideo Convention and the Stimson Doctrine. 2. Federal Republic of Kabylia. The Movement for the Self-Determination of Kabylia, MAK, transitioned its administrative body into a full provisional government, seeking independence from Algeria. Redeclaration date, December 14, 2025. Host country, France. Declared at the Salons Hoche in Paris. Primary leader: Ferhat Meheni, President of the Federal Republic of Kabylia. Legal basis: a peaceful path declaration emphasizing democratic and secular values, positioning Kabylia as a federal republic in exile. 3. East Turkestan Government in Exile, ETGE. While seeking independence from China for the region often called Xinjiang, this body was formally established in the 21st century to represent the people of East Turkestan democratically. Establishment/declaration date, September 14, 2004. Host country, United States, headquartered in Washington, D.C. Primary leaders: Ghulam Yagma has served as president. Saleh Hudayar has served as prime minister and is a prominent diplomatic voice. Legal basis: claims the illegal overthrow of the 1949 East Turkestan Republic and seeks restoration through international legal complaints, such as to the International Criminal Court. 4. Republic of Ambazonia. Representing the Anglophone regions of former British Southern Cameroons, this movement established a government in exile to restore the sovereignty lost during the 1961 unification. Declaration of Restoration, October 1, 2017. Symbolic restoration of independence. Host countries: various. Leaders operate from the United States, United Kingdom, and Nigeria. Primary leaders: Sisiku Ayuktabe, First President currently detained. Dr. Samuel Sako Ikome, Acting President of the Interim Government. Legal basis: invokes the failure of the 1961 Federal Agreement and uses the Buea Declaration as a legal foundation for restoration. Comparison of modern restorations, 2001 to 2026. State claimed. Declaration date. Host location. Key leaders. Status: Biafra, USB. November 29, 2024. Finland. Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. Restored state, exile. Kabylia. December 14, 2025. France. Ferhat Meheni. Federal Republic. Exile. East Turkestan. September 14, 2004. USA. Saleh Hudayar. Govt in exile. Ambazonia. October 1, 2017. USA. Various. Dr. Samuel Sako. Interim Govt. Exile. Why these leaders choose peaceful redeclaration. In the 21st century, these leaders, like Dr. Orebweze and Ferhat Meheni, focus on peaceful declarations because international bodies like the UN and the EU are more likely to grant audience to groups that avoid armed conflict. By filing administrative documents and using registered lobbyists, they attempt to move their cause from a local riot to an international legal dispute. The recognition of a redeclared state in the 21st century involves the complex intersection of international law, geopolitical interests, and the rigid standards of the modern global order. While the desire for self-determination remains a powerful force, the international community currently operates under a framework that heavily prioritizes the stability of existing borders. The challenges facing any movement seeking recognition today generally stem from three primary hurdles. 1. The principle of territorial integrity. The modern international system, governed by the United Nations Charter, is built on the principle of uti possidetis juris, as you possess under law. This means that international bodies and foreign governments are extremely hesitant to recognize any new state that involves the unilateral changing of established borders. Stability over secession. Most nations fear that recognizing one new state will encourage balkanization, a domino effect of secessionist movements within their own borders or those of their allies. Remedial secession. International law typically only considers remedial secession, the right to break away, in extreme cases of proven, ongoing genocide or total exclusion from the political process where no other legal remedy exists. 2. The criteria of the Montevideo Convention. To be viewed as a state under international law, an entity must usually satisfy the 4 pillars of the 1933 Montevideo Convention. 1. A permanent population. 2. A defined territory. 3. A functioning government. 4. The capacity to enter into relations with other states. In the 21st century, the capacity to enter into relations is the most difficult bar to clear. Without de facto control over the territory, such as managing borders, collecting taxes, and maintaining internal security, foreign ministries are often reluctant to grant formal diplomatic recognition, viewing the government as one in exile rather than a sovereign power. 3. Geopolitical interests and the power of veto. Recognition is rarely a purely legal decision. It is almost always a political one. Strategic alliances. If the parent state is a significant economic partner or a military ally to global powers like the US, UK, or EU, those powers are unlikely to recognize a breakaway region to avoid damaging vital diplomatic ties. Consensus. For a new country to join the UN, it requires a recommendation from the Security Council. If any of the 5 permanent members, P5, believe the new state sets a bad precedent for their own territorial interests, they can use their veto power to block recognition indefinitely. 4. The shift toward internal autonomy. In recent decades, the international community has trended toward recommending internal self-determination, meaning increased autonomy, federalism, or special administrative status rather than full independence. The global club of nations has become increasingly exclusive, making the path from a declaration of restoration to formal seat at the UN more difficult than it was during the mid-20th century era of decolonization. The value of a government in exile, GIE, and the legal path for a peaceful redeclaration of a lost country are grounded in the tension between established statehood and the evolving rights of peoples to self-determination. In the 21st century, international bodies view a government in exile not necessarily as a replacement government, but as a legal placeholder for sovereignty that has been interrupted but not extinguished. Why international bodies value governments in exile? 1. Preservation of legal continuity. If a country is occupied or its independence is illegally suppressed, a government in exile ensures the state remains a legal person in international law. This prevents the territory from being legally classified as terra nullius, nobody's land. 2. Diplomatic channel. It provides a singular, organized voice for a people. International bodies prefer a centralized leadership, like a chief of staff or prime minister, over fragmented groups, as it allows for structured lobbying and potential future transitions. 3. Moral and political legitimacy. Peaceful redeclarations are valued because they contrast with violent insurgencies. By adhering to pacific methods, as highlighted in Article 10 of the Montevideo Convention, a movement demonstrates it is a responsible actor capable of joining the international community. The backup laws, legal foundations. There is no single Independence Act, but rather a framework of overlapping international laws that support these claims. 1. The Montevideo Convention, 1933. While older, this remains the gold standard. Article 3 crucially states that, quote, the political existence of the state is independent of recognition by the other states. This means that if a people redeclare their statehood and meet the criteria, population, territory, government, they legally exist even if other countries are slow to send ambassadors. 2. UN General Assembly Resolution 1514-15. Known as the Declaration on the Granting of Independence to Colonial Countries and Peoples, it asserts that the subjection of peoples to alien subjugation is a denial of fundamental human rights. It provides the legal teeth for the right to self-determination. 3. The principle of post liminium. This is a specific legal concept in international law where, after an illegal occupation or suppression ends, the original legal status of the state is restored as if the interruption never happened. A peaceful redeclaration, or restoration, is essentially an invocation of post liminium. 4. The ICCPR, Article 1. The International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights states, asterisk, all peoples have the right of self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status. This treaty is legally binding on most nations in the 21st century, providing a baseline for why peaceful declarations must be respected. The reality of the 21st century. While the laws above provide the legal backup, the actual recognition often depends on diplomatic capacity. The power of signature. As you've noted in leadership structures, having a recognized signatory, like a chief of staff, to handle administrative filings and FARA-compliant lobbying is how a government in exile translates legal theory into political reality. The peaceful factor. In the modern era, the UN and regional bodies, like the AU or EU, are far more likely to engage with a movement that uses legal declarations and diplomatic filings than one that relies on armed conflict, as it aligns with the UN's mandate for peaceful dispute resolution. There are several powerful historical examples of countries that were occupied or lost their independence, formed governments in exile, GIE, issued official redeclarations of independence, and successfully regained their status as full, recognized countries today. These cases are often cited as the legal blueprints for how a government in exile maintains sovereignty until a state can be restored. 1. The Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. The most significant modern examples are the Baltic states. They were occupied and annexed by the Soviet Union in 1940, but never accepted the loss of their statehood. The government in exile. All three maintained diplomatic representations abroad, especially in the US and UK. For example, Estonia maintained a government in exile based in Oslo and later in Stockholm. The Redeclaration. Between 1990 and 1991, they did not declare new independence. They issued declarations of restoration, arguing that their statehood had legally continued since 1918. Result. Today they are full members of the UN, EU, and NATO. Their success was based on the legal principle of state continuity, the idea that the country never actually died, it was just occupied. 2. Ethiopia, Abyssinia. In 1936, Italy invaded and annexed Ethiopia. Emperor Haile Selassie was forced into exile in London. The government in exile from London, the emperor continued to act as the head of state, famously addressing the League of Nations to protest the occupation. The Redeclaration. On May 5, 1941, exactly 5 years after the fall of Addis Ababa, the emperor returned and re-established the sovereign government. Result. Ethiopia regained full recognition. This case is vital because it proved that effective control of the land is not required to maintain legal sovereignty if the international community continues to recognize the exiled leader. 3. Poland. Poland was invaded by Germany and the Soviet Union in 1939, leading to the total occupation of its territory. The government in exile, the Polish government in exile, was established first in France and then in London. It commanded the Home Army, resistance, and maintained a full administrative structure. The Redeclaration. While a communist government was installed after World War II, the government in exile in London refused to dissolve. It maintained that it was the only legal successor to the pre-war republic. Result. In 1990, after the fall of communism, the last president of the government in exile, Ryszard Kaczorowski, traveled to Warsaw and officially handed over the presidential insignia to Lech Walesa. This act formally linked the modern Polish state to the original pre-war republic. 4. Czechoslovakia. Similar to Poland, Czechoslovakia was dismantled by Nazi Germany in 1938-1939. The government in exile, Edvard Beneš, formed a provisional government in London. He spent years lobbying for the nullification of the Munich Agreement, which had allowed the occupation. The Redeclaration. By 1941, the Allies, UK, US, USSR, recognized his exiled administration as the provisional government of Czechoslovakia. Result. After the war, the state was restored. Though it later split into the Czech Republic and Slovakia, the legal path to regaining independence was carved by the government in exile. Summary of the winning formula. Based on these successful countries, the path to full recognition follows a specific legal pattern. Step. Action. Legal significance. 1. Exile formation. Prevents the state from being legally erased. 2. Diplomatic lobbying. Maintains state personality in the eyes of foreign powers. 3. Redeclaration. Reasserts that the original sovereignty still exists. 4. Handover/restoration. Transitions the exiled authority back into the physical territory. The law backup. All these countries relied on the doctrine of non-recognition, also known as the Stimson Doctrine, which states that territory gained by force is not legally valid, allowing the original government to stay alive in exile until justice is restored.
I am welcoming you this wonderful afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depends on your time and your location. I am making all my intros for you to understand what we are doing and why we are here also. That is why you see this long intro of repeating histories of what we are doing and how we can achieve Biafra after our peaceful declaration like every other countries in the past. And I also play for you in the beginning of the program the only Exile government you have that the world has recognized, not by forming it and coming to shout to the ears of Biafrans and those who will follow you. The time has come for us to start asking questions about what we are doing. As the days are drawing close, you are hearing names of different organizations claiming fighting for Biafra and fighting for this. I want you to ask them one question. Please tell me that leader who fought for a new nation, that any court to set free by any lawyer or by any attorney, please. I also want you to ask them, tell me, show us how that country, who they succeeded of having their new country by protest and organization without transition. They also ask them, they show you how countries are formed in exile, that their people did not kill when they are fighting for their new country. And what they passed through, the sacrifice. The sacrifice they made for a new country is loss of life of the people. That is the only sacrifice. The sacrifice you are making when you are fighting for a new country is loss of life. And the arrest, the intimidation, the human rights abuse, that is the only sacrifice. Today, you will see people will be shouting, hey, government in Nigeria not doing anything. That person has never contributed 1 naira. The person is not contributing 1 dime. And you don't use emotion and feelings for having a new country. Because nothing good comes easy. Everything good comes by hard way. Even no quick, when I say, I go do matter now to all at home. Panam even family before I wanted the money. Those are fighting for a new country. In the history of the world, it is easy to forgive a Boko Haram member. It is easy to leave a Boko Haram member, reintegrate him back to the system, instead of to leave a leader who is fighting for freedom. You see this Biafra, after all this our declaration, that is the only first time we have gotten it right in the eyes of the international community. Your self-defense is legal first. Your self-defense is what? Legal. That is what the world see as what? As the rights of the people. So I welcome you. And as I welcome you, please, I only ask for one big thing from your hand. I only ask for you to share, like, and comment. Also, remember the code of this platform. Like you can see on the comment section. Hashtag, I am a citizen of United States of Biafra. Then number 2, hashtag, Nigeria must go, because United States of Biafra has been declared as a full nation. These are the things that I want you to do. I don't need accolades. I don't need greetings. I don't need you to like. Just love the message. Leave me as a messenger. I am nobody. I might not be here, but the message must continue. So please, I urge you to do me that big favor, like the program and share for people to understand how other countries in this world have achieved their country. And of recent, we are going to start asking countries to have government in exile the lost and the sacrifice they made before they achieved recognition. So you will remove this your emotion and all these things that you are thinking. That's why I said how we feel and what we think is not giving Biafra. What is giving Biafra is to stand on the existing protocol of the world and what they want us to do. That is why, because of our government in exile, our DPM stand on this existing protocol. That is why we are gaining more momentum. That is why Biafra movement is moving forward speedily without wasting time, because we are maintaining the existing protocol of the world. That is where we are at this time that we are into. So whoever comes your way want to push you the other way around and push you around, please never you allow that to happen to yourself. This time around, we are on the right track. And when you're on the right track, it takes a lot of sacrifice. We must sacrifice. There is no amount of people that would die that have gotten to the level of people that died in 1967, 1970. Go and check the history. There is no amount of killing that you are seeing today that is bigger than what has happened in all these years or in the past years of Biafra as a country. So there is sacrifice to make. So if you're in such WhatsApp groups where they use blackmail, emotion, and feelings, stop listening to those people. Because ask him himself to show you one receipt of how much has donated. Nothing. Nothing. Only to come and talk. To put people's mind down and make you to feel bad. Nothing good comes easy. America, you are seeing today that people are run into today. They have lost their people in their own time. The Poland you are seeing today lost people in their own time also. These are the areas that they don't want you to know and they don't listen about. They don't talk about it because of what? Because the truth is bitter. So before our time, like we normally do, we're also going to play the history of the people of America that never want America to be a country, and their efforts and what they did and where they later end up. I must be giving you this to remind you that USB are declared. We are you supporting USB. You supporting your country is not by mistake, because you must support your country. As we are fighting today, there is those that never want Biafra to be a country. The same way there is those that never want America to be a country. When it happens, they run away from America and God disappeared. So listen to this before we go into the real headline of today's program.
During the American Revolution, those who opposed independence and wished to remain subjects of the British Crown were known as Loyalists. While they were not a single unified organization in the modern sense, they
Please, 1 minute. Yes. Now we are good to go. One minute.
This was the most common term for colonists. Third, they believed that revolution was treason and that the colonies benefited from the protection and trade of the British Empire. 2. Tories. This was a political label used primarily by the Patriots, those supporting independence, to insult their opponents. It was named after the Tory party in Great Britain, which traditionally supported the power of the monarchy
and the established church. 3. Royalists, or king's men. These terms were often used to describe individuals who held official colonial offices under the crown, or those who served in provincial regiments, loyalist militias, to fight alongside the British Army. Key characteristics of the Loyalist movement. Composition. They included wealthy merchants, Anglican clergy, and crown officials, but also many enslaved people and Native Americans who believed the British would better protect their rights than the American revolutionaries. Military involvement. Approximately 19,000 to 25,000 Loyalists fought in organized provincial units for the British, such as the King's American Regiment and the Butler's Rangers. Outcome. After the British defeat in 1783, roughly 60,000 to 80,000 Loyalists fled the United States, with many settling in Canada, specifically Nova Scotia and Ontario, where they were known as United Empire Loyalists. During the American Revolution, those who opposed independence and wished to remain subjects of the British Crown were known as Loyalists. While they were not a single unified organization in the modern sense, they represented a significant portion of the colonial population. They were most commonly referred to by the following names. 1. Loyalists. This was the most common term for colonists who remained loyal to King George III. They believed that revolution was treason, and that the colonies benefited from the protection and trade of the British Empire. 2. Tories. This was a political label used primarily by the Patriots, those supporting independence, to insult their opponents. It was named after the Tory party in Great Britain, which traditionally supported the power of the monarchy and the established church. 3. Royalists, or king's men. These terms were often used to describe individuals who held official colonial offices under the crown, or those who served in provincial regiments, loyalist militias, to fight alongside the British Army. Key characteristics of the Loyalist movement. Composition. They included wealthy merchants, Anglican clergy, and crown officials, but also many enslaved people and Native Americans who believed the British would better protect their rights than the American revolutionaries. Military involvement. Approximately 19,000 to 25,000 Loyalists fought in organized provincial units for the British, such as the King's American Regiment and the Butler's Rangers. Outcome. After the British defeat in 1783, roughly 60,000 to 80,000 Loyalists fled the United States, with many settling in Canada, specifically Nova Scotia and Ontario, where they were known as United Empire Loyalists.
I hope you had it. There is people that never want America to be a country. What happens? When America succeeded being a country, the over 80,000 citizens of America flew away from America. Some of them today are based, they are citizens of Canada, Ontario. That is how they disappeared. So that is the same thing happening today. You are seeing this movement that we are into. Now that Biafra has been declared, some people is against it. People like Udele, Ike Nguruago, Ike Chwoso, and Jovic and all of them, they too asking Soro Wiwa what happened to him. They too asking Soro Wiwa what happened to him. Why he pleaded to see Mazi, why he pleaded to see Lieutenant Colonel Chukwemeka before Nigeria killed him. He see him to apologize for him not supporting, sabotaging. So let these people go back and asking Soro what happened to him. They will serve Nigeria, come back in shame. If Nigeria did not catch them, Biafran law will catch them because it is well clear that Biafra is a country. And we are going home, whether like it or not. That is the preamble of today. As we listen to all those voices I played so far, on that junction, I want to welcome everybody in the comment section before we go into our headline. Yes, Ahmad Chigozie from this week has taken his position back. Ahmad Chigozie is the number of president who commented. He said, "Greetings, dear friends." Then we have our brother who has left us some time, but he's back. Chris Biafrans a lot of time, or maybe he's busy. And he says, Mazri Biafra TV, afternoon from here. I greet you also. It's afternoon on my location here. Good afternoon also, as I'm beginning to enter evening. I also greet, he said, good day, Biafrans, Ndioma. We welcome that. And he proceeds to the existing protocol. Existing law in this platform is hashtag I am a citizen of the United States of Biafran Nation, USB. That is number one. I prefer you to do this hashtag instead of giving me accolades, instead of greeting me. I prefer you to do this first. And the second one, like he made it the way it is. Hashtag Nigeria must, not Nigeria must leave. Leave is not there. Nigeria must go out of Biafran land. Nigeria must go, not leave. Don't use a nice English. Put it the way our DPM asks us to put. Be obedient citizen of your country by following instruction from our government said that we should do. Hashtag Nigeria must go. Why are they going? Because Biafra, United States of Biafra has been declared as a full nation. That's why they must go. And your father said, USB is my nation. Then Ahmad Chigozie said, I am a citizen of the United States of Biafra. Thank you so much. And he said it here. Hashtag Nigeria must go. Biafra is a nation. That is what we want. Good day, Madishino. From Mommy Margaret. Mama Margaret, you lived us for some time, but thank you. I'm happy you are here today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma. God will bless our leader, Martin Andekano. His disciple, he discipled Prime Minister Simon Ebanjoko and all the cabinet members of the USB government, plus the citizens of Biafran's nation. Thank you. That is a nice one. Thank you so much for that comment. Thank you so much for that comment. And he said, USB is here already to protect us all. Yes, so hello from Ifani. Wanko, thank you so much for coming across the page. USB nation is only our hope. Yes, there is no other nation. It's only USB nation. It's only our hope. Then he said, share this program to go viral for others to see it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mohammed Great completed his protocol or the law of the page by saying, I am a citizen of the United States of Biafra. Hash. Also said Freemason Nandekano. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Chrissy Biafra said the generation has come to get this Biafra freedom done complete. Yes, so we are here. We are here. And Mom Margaret said, hashtag free Simon Ebanjoko. Thank you. And our Please Biafran son said, we don't have fear for anyone. We don't. Mama Margaret said, we are the United States of Biafra nation. Yes, that is who we are. And Chris Biafra said, we Biafrans are fighting for our rights. Yes, so our nation is our right. And Mama Margaret wrote here, he said, Biafra has been redeclared in Lati, Finland on November 20, 2024 by Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, the DPM, and that stands forever. He said, no benefit of doubt about that. I see Dube Ndubisi Mainonsek. He said, good afternoon, sir. God bless USB and our DPM. It's good, but that is not the existing protocol. The protocol, you must do hashtag Nigeria must go, because Biafra is a full nation. You will also do hashtag I am a citizen of United States of Biafra. That is who you are. Then I see my brother Usheraf. Wonderful family. I am a citizen of Biafra. Hashtag Nigeria government must go out of Biafra land. That is a nice one. Thank you so much. Ekeneze, my brother, I know you very well. Thank you so much. Good evening, my brother. Good evening from here. Good evening from here. And the James said, nice one. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Then I also have here Shidubem. Sorry, Shiboze. Thank you. He starts from the protocol. This is how I like it. He starts from the protocol. Not greetings first. Greeting is good, but for me, I value this thing. Hashtag Nigeria must go. Biafra nation. Biafra nation. Now, hashtag Nigeria must go out of Biafra nation because Biafra was declared. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then he also said, hashtag I am a citizen of United States of Biafra. Thank you so much. That is it. Then what you see I posted here is our headline today. In the 21st century, how the international bodies see military liberation that refuse to work with government in exile, that issue a peaceful declaration that achieved international recognition. For those claim they are men on ground, we are going to handle them today on this program. Then we see who again? We see Emmanuel John. I am a citizen of Biafra. Thank you so much. I am a citizen of United States of Biafra. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Forward Great said, good evening, my G. Thank you so much, my brother, for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. A lot of comment is here also. And I see, okay said, hashtag Nigeria must go out of USB now. Yes, so hashtag Nigeria must go. Thank you so much. Mama Grace says Nigeria must go. Hashtag Nigeria must go. Gabriel, I am a bona fide citizen of University of Biafra. Hashtag Nigeria must go. Thank you so much for that. And Mama Grace continue writing. Yes, that hashtag must continue going. Hashtag Nigeria must go. That is the last comment we have here. I thank you all and I welcome you. Now we are going into the program. I have laid the preamble for you to understand that there is no any other country we have except USB that declared through our government in exile that are here for us to become a full nation. So based on our headline today, based on the headline of the program today, remember our headline is, in the 21st century, how the international bodies see military liberation that refuse to work with government in exile, that issue a peaceful declaration that achieved international recognition. Because US government through our DPM is about to achieve every achievable. Take it or you leave it. So let us see how the world see such people who are here making noise social media without knowing what it means to have a new country and how the military is supposed to work. So hold on as we are opening it. Don't know why his network is somehow delaying today. I don't understand this one. And this is a very big document. I don't know the reason why the network is, they are blocking it to play. Honestly, this one never happened before. Never happened before. This has never happened before. This has never happened before. Let's go the other way around and check if it is possible to do the other way around, because we don't want what is taking our time. So if it's like that, maybe we are going to share the screen today. But before that, I want to give you something. Oh God, what is happening here now? What is the meaning of this? Why are we under attack? Why are we under attack? Why? Why are we under attack? Sorry, let us refresh because somehow we are under attack. We are under attack somehow. Can you hear me? Can someone hear me, please? I want to confirm from the comment section if someone can hear me. Can you hear me loud and clear? Please, I need someone to comment yes or no. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Mommy, Pastor Rose, kudos. I greet you. I greet you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Before I dive into that, I will be very quickly on today's program. I want to read something out. What is that? I want to read out to you. Listen as I read it out or as I play the audio. But I am going to share the screen. That is only way, because they refuse us to go our normal way today. I don't know the reason why they refuse us, but we are going to go this particular way right now. So this is the one that we are going to use today. I'm trying to bring it in. So we are going to go this way. Do you know all the names of the United States of the 40 states? Do you know all the names of the USB 40 states? Do you know all the names? Listen, for you to know what we are doing as enter map of the world, and everything is digital. Listen, I will give you the 40 states. I will just play it. After playing that 40 states for you, then I will play this, the states and the city on it. I want to hear something today. For you to know that USB is making headway. For you to know what we are into, that we are the one panicking, and the government is making everything possible for us to go home. So listen to this. If you hear me, you let me know.
The United States of Biafra,
Are you hearing it?
USB, as proposed under the administrative structure announced during the Restoration Declaration in Lahti, Finland, is organized into 40 states. This structure is designed to ensure local autonomy and decentralized governance. The designated capital of the United States of Biafra is Ebube. The 40 states of the United States of Biafra. The following is the list of the 40 states proposed under this administrative model: Agbor, Aguleri, Ahawada, Anang, Enioma, Orochukwu, Asaba, Bend, Boni, Brass, Calabar, Dejema, Ebube, the capital state, Iket, Enugu, Ibeku, Idimili, Igala, Igbanki, Igid, Ika, Ikat Epain, Itsekari, Niwi, Ensaka, Obudu, Ogoja, Agoni, Ohafia, Okigwe, Anitsha, Opobo, Orlu, Ori, Owo, Oyo, Umuahia, Uyo, Wari, Yenagoa. Administrative significance. This 40-state configuration is central to the movement's peaceful redeclaration model. By establishing these internal boundaries and administrative units, the government in exile aims to fulfill the Montevideo Convention requirement of having a defined territory and an organized government capable of managing its internal affairs, even while operating diplomatically abroad.
That is why I want you to go, you that is doubting what USB is doing, go to Google in your own phone. Just tell them that you want to know the names of the 40 states made up of United States of Biafra. Everywhere is bubbling. Everywhere is bubbling. Everywhere. The name has entered in the archive of the world. It has entered in the index of the world. You know app they call index. If you know what I'm dealing with, you will know that we are not playing. Go to index of the world. Go to archive. Look at the name of the 40 states of USD has appeared in the world. They know that we have 40 states that's made up of United States of Biafra. The world has already knows that, and it's only you that is ranting and chanting in social media. They are not doing anything. The first thing you will do is, this is the first in this 21st century that we are into. I have given you the names of the states. Do you know what they call index of the world? The world have a place called index. The world also have a place called archive. That is where you find truth. That is where you find the things that is missing in this world. They hide it over there. Lock it with code. Before you can pass that code, you know what to do. And you must get what is standard of them. So I'm going to repeat the name of the 40 states of Biafra for you to know. The same way the map has entered is the same way the world has adopted and agreed that there is a 40 state of USB we are declared. This program will be very, very fast. Very fast. So listen to the 40 states. I will be playing it for our daughters and our children and our sons to know that they have a 40 state. Listen as
the United States of Biafra, USB, as proposed under the administrative structure announced during the Restoration Declaration in Lahti, Finland, is organized into 40 states. This structure is designed to ensure local autonomy and decentralized governance. The designated capital of the United States of Biafra is Ebube. The 40 states of the United States of Biafra. The following is the list of the 40 states proposed under this administrative model: Agbor, Aguleri,
Ahawada,
Enioma, Orochukwu, Asaba, Bend, Boni, Brass, Calabar, Dejema, Ebube, the capital state, Iket,
are you hearing it?
Enugu, Ibeku, Idimili, Igala, Igbanki, Igid, Ika, Ikat Epain, Itsekari, Niwi, Ensaka, Obudu, Ogoja, Agoni, Ohafia, Okigwe, Anitsha, Opobo, Orlu, Oweri, Owo, Oyo, Umuahia, Uyo, Wari, Yenagoa. Administrative significance. This 40-state configuration is central to the movement's peaceful redeclaration model. By establishing these internal boundaries and administrative units, the government in exile aims to fulfill the Montevideo Convention requirement of having a defined territory and an organized government capable of managing its internal affairs, even while operating diplomatically abroad.
Are you hearing it? This is the names of your states. Now, I am going to give you again. What am I going to give you again? I'm going to give you the states and the capital. You think it's a child's play? Continue deceiving yourself. Now I'm going to give you the state names and the city and the capitals. That is what I'm going to give to you right now. So you will know that you and USB are declared is not playing. That the world knows what we have and what we are bringing. That is why when our DPM will say that the world, nobody can reject what we are bringing, what we put on the table. Because it's well constituted and well put in order. That is what USB is doing. You think it's child's play. You think it's a child's play. You don't understand it. So we will go back to because after our refreshing, then it's like they allow us. So we go back to the way we are doing it. So I'm going to remove. Then, yes, we hear it from the other side of the platform. So thank you all. So listen to this again. Listen.
Under the administrative structure announced by the United States of Biafra, USB, government in exile, led by figures such as Dr. Ngozi Orobweze, the territory is organized into 40 states. Each state is designed to have its own governor and administrative headquarters, city. The national capital of the United States of Biafra is Ebube City. The 40 states and their designated cities/capitals. Below is the list of the 40 states and their primary administrative cities, as established in the 2024-2025 transition documents. Hash. State name. Administrative city. Capital. 1. Aba. Aba. 2. Adoka. Adoka. 3. Afemai Igodomigodo. Auchi. 4. Akpakip Oro. Oron. 5. Alanso. Alanso. 6. Alaudo. Alaudo. 7. Anioma. Asaba. 8. Ahoada. Ahoada. 9. Branham. Branham. 10. Calabar. Calabar. 11. Ebony. Abakaliki. 12. Ebube. Ebube City. National capital. 13. Eda. Eda. 14. Enugu. Enugu. 15. Epi. Epi. 16. Esan Igodomigodo. Ekpoma. 17. Eziani. Eziani. 18. Iden Igodomigodo. Benin City. 19. Idong Ibom. Idong Ibom. 20. Igala. Ida. 21. Igbani. Bani. 22. Ika. Agbor. 23. Ikemba. Ikemba. 24. Icom. Icom. 25. Equimisia. Equimisia. 26. Itai Anang. Ikot Ekpene. 27. Iwer. Wari. 28.
Wari.
Iwunroha. Port
Harcourt.
Harcourt. 29. Odumegwu. Odumegwu. 30. Ogbia Eisen. Ogbia. 31. Ogoja. Ogoja. 32. Ohabwenyi. Ohabwenyi. 33. Ohalkwu. Ohalkwu. 34. Okigwe. Okigwe. 35. Omambala. Omambala. 36. ORLU. ORLU. 37. Oweri. Oweri. 38. Kwa. Kwa. 39. South Atlantic. South Atlantic. 40. Rehobo Isoko. Ugeli. Key administrative details. Administrative model. This 40-state structure was officially ratified in a series of virtual cabinet meetings in early 2025. It moves away from the old provincial system to a more modernized federal model. Governance. Each state is managed by a governor, and the departments within each state are led by commissioners. Official language. While English is used for international diplomacy, the native languages of the respective states are recognized for local administration. This list reflects the institutional framework that the USB uses to demonstrate its readiness for international recognition under the Montevideo Convention guidelines.
Are you not happy to be on a citizen of a USB we are declared? Are you not happy to be a citizen of a United States of Biafra nation? Are you not happy? Everything is going into digital. People think it's just hearsay. What is it doing? We have to do all this first. That's what they said. We have to win on paper before we have to win on digital before win on the ground. Winning on the digital will help us to make it easy for us to win on the ground. Like Poland. Like what? Poland. Now you hear the name, that the name has entered in the World Archive, has entered in the World Index. That is how the government is making a way. You see the way people run away from America. That is the way you are going to run away from Biafra. You are going to run when nobody is pursuing you because of your character, what you are doing. Repent. The game is not what you think. The game is beyond many of us to analyze where we are at this time. I am doing all this to prevent Hadaino in your life. That's why I'm doing all these things. That's why I'm bringing all this evidence every day to prove to you. So today, we are going to go back into the headline of today's program quickly. We might not finish it today, but we have to do some of it today and send a message to them that are claiming that those in abroad will not come back, even if you get recognition, while you are putting yourself on a tight corner and endangering yourself. How international bodies see any military liberation that refuse to work under or submit under a government of exile that should a peaceful declaration seeking for recognition or have already get recognition, and you refuse. Look at how the world sees you. Listen.
In the 21st century, international bodies like the United Nations, UN, and the African Union, AU, operate under a strict legalist framework. If a government in exile, GIE, achieves international recognition through a peaceful redeclaration, they are viewed as the sole legal representative of that nation. If a military liberation force then refuses to work with that government, the international community views them through the following lenses. 1. From liberators to illegal armed groups. The moment a government is recognized, it is granted the monopoly on the legitimate use of force. Loss of status. Any military force not under the GIE's command is reclassified from a national liberation movement to a non-state armed group, NSAG. Insurgency. The international community no longer sees them as fighting for freedom, but as an insurgency or militia undermining a recognized sovereign state. 2. The subordination of the military doctrine. Modern international law is built on the principle that the military must be subordinate to civilian authority. The democratic standard, international bodies prioritize institutional readiness. If the GIE has established a peaceful administrative model, like your 40-state system, the international community will back the civilian administrators over the military generals every time. Illegitimacy of armed defiance, refusal to submit to the recognized civilian government, is seen as a coup in waiting or a threat to regional stability. 3. Legal and security consequences. International bodies often take direct action against military groups that defy recognized governments. Arms embargoes. The UN Security Council can pass resolutions to cut off the supply of weapons to the military force, while legally allowing the recognized GIE to purchase arms for a national guard. Terrorist designations. If the military force uses violence to oppose the recognized government's peaceful redeclaration, they risk being designated as a terrorist organization, leading to global asset freezes and travel bans for their leaders. ICC jurisdiction. Military commanders who act independently of a recognized government have no sovereign immunity. They can be personally investigated by the International Criminal Court, ICC, for any actions taken during their unauthorized military operations. 4. Host-state relations. Under the Diplomatic Privileges, Extension Act, and similar international customs, a host country, where the GIE is based, will only grant immunity and protection to those authorized by the recognized government. Expulsion. If military members of a movement refuse to follow the GIE's peaceful orders, the host country is legally obligated to treat them as ordinary criminals or deport them, as they no longer represent a recognized political entity. Summary of the 21st Century View. Feature: Recognized Government in Exile, Defiant Military Force, International Title, the Sovereign Power, Non-State Armed Group, NSAG. World View. Partners for Peace/Stability. Obstacles to Peace/Warlords. Legal Standing. Can sign treaties and open embassies. Subject to arrest and sanctions. Access to funds. Can access frozen national assets. Limited to illegal/informal funding. The bottom line. In the eyes of the world today, the pen, administrative recognition, is significantly more powerful than the sword, military force. A movement that achieves recognition through peaceful administration effectively disarms its own military in the eyes of the law, forcing the soldiers to either join the new state's formal army or be treated as outlaws.
I hope you are following. When I said after our declaration, our reasoning and the way we see Biafra freedom should be upgraded. You see the way iPhone is upgraded. That is how we need to upgrade ourselves after our peaceful declaration. But because of we did not understand what it means first, government in exile. Second, we don't understand the declaration document. Then the third one, we never be in this position for the first time. That is why when it's entered from this ear, it goes out from the other one. That is why we use emotion and blackmail and the feelings and the loving the message instead of loving the message, trying to destroy what we are doing. Any military commander in Biafra land that refuses to submit under US government, the world knows you as a warlord. The world sees you as a terrorist commander. The world sees you as someone who is causing insurgency. The world tag you rebel. And when the recognition now comes to USB, whether I like it or not, it must come. I have played to you under research today that USB we are declared that the 40 states has been accepted into the World Archive, into the World Index. And you had me here playing you the names of the 40 states and their capitals. The same way the map of USB has entered into the world map. You see this green on this my back is the map of where USB is at this time around. The same way they said that USB has improved the Montevideo Convention standard of identifying their territory. On that, it has entered into the archive of the world, into the world index. I am not going to tell you fully where all my research is coming from. And how do you know how much a white man will pay to get information? The thing is a child's play. The most things that those in America or abroad will confirm is how much they pay money to get information. A classified information is not free. So I know what it takes me to be here. The opportunity, I thank those who support me last month to know that this app is still working till today, because $200 is not a child's play. A brother single-handedly Livinity Obara single-handedly sponsored the last month, and the way he was sponsoring. And let me tell you, I am not making one from YouTube. If you are doing super chat, please stop, because YouTube refused to clarify me to begin those super chats. So please stop putting super chat there. Stop, please. If you want to give me super chat, You can ask me for another account. I will give you through WhatsApp. That is where anything you want to give me a super chat, give it there. That is the best, because all the super chat is entering here. From the day I started it, I never received. They refused to, because up to today, YouTube is still monitoring my page because of reports. Because of reports. And they never find anything. I got a message yesterday that we have finished our first 3 months of monitoring your YouTube page. You passed. But we continue on the new 6 months of monitoring this small page. So I'm going to ask me, what is my offense? What is my offense? Reports here and there by those call themselves Biafrans and one Nigeria list. They refused to dish out the name. They said about 18 people is reporting this page continuously. But evidence of what they are reporting, they are not seeing it. That's why we're still going. That is why this page is still moving. Before we further, I see Florence. I see you. Good evening from here. And I see Ogana, good evening from here. Wow, I see Mommy Doreen for a very long time. It's up to 2 weeks or 1 week. She never appeared on our time because of time we have. That's why she's not. I'm happy to see you today. You're welcome, Ma. Thank you so much. Ada Biafra, thank you. So, like I said, I'm going to be fast today. I am going to play the second section before my analysis very quickly and open the mic fastly for you to contribute your own quota. My research, what I write here is between liberation military and government in exile that issue a peaceful their declaration and achieve international recognition. Who is in control in this 21st century? Let us know if those men on ground you are supporting, you are calling for, said because of them, that is why you refuse to sign USB you are declared. And the question should be, have any country in this world achieved their country without one boot or one man on ground? Listen to this.
In the 21st century, the government in exile, GIE, that achieves international recognition is considered to be in legal and diplomatic control, while a liberation military that refuses to submit to it is viewed as an illegal insurgent group. The shift from force to legitimacy is the defining characteristic of modern statehood. Here is how the balance of power breaks down. 1. Legal control, de jure sovereignty. When the international community recognizes a government in exile, that government becomes the only entity authorized to sign treaties. Only the recognized government can enter into international agreements, trade deals, or defense pacts. Access sovereign assets. Recognition allows the GIE to claim national funds held in foreign banks and manage the country's official resources. Represent the nation. The GIE holds the seat at the United Nations and other regional bodies. 2. The subordination rule. Under international law and the 21st century democratic model, the military must be subordinate to civilian authority.
Please like and share.
A liberation force is legally required to transition into a national army under the GIE's command. The criminalization of independent forces. If the military force refuses this transition, they lose their status as liberators and are reclassified as non-state armed groups, NSAGs. Under the domestic law of the new state, their actions can be prosecuted as treason or mutiny. 3. Diplomatic versus kinetic power. In the 21st century, diplomatic power, the GIE, often outmuscles kinetic power, the military, because sanctions. The international community can place sanctions, travel bans, and asset freezes on military leaders who defy a recognized civilian government. Legitimacy versus warlordism. A military force that controls territory but lacks recognition is often treated as a warlord or rebel entity. This makes it nearly impossible for them to build a stable economy or gain legal protection for their members. Individual accountability. Military leaders who act outside the authority of a recognized state can be held personally liable by the International Criminal Court, ICC, for war crimes. whereas soldiers, acting under a recognized government's orders, have sovereign immunity in many contexts. 4. Why the GIE wins the long game. While a military force might have boots on the ground, a recognized government in exile controls the identity and future of the state. Identification systems. By issuing passports and IDs, the GIE controls the population's ability to travel and conduct business. International support. Recognized governments can request foreign military intervention or peacekeeping forces to help neutralize a defiant domestic military force. Summary of control. Entity. Type of control. Status in 21st century. Government in exile. Legitimate authority. Highest. They own the brand and law of the nation. Liberation military. Physical presence. Temporary. Without government backing, they become outlaws. The verdict. In the 21st century, legitimacy is the ultimate weapon. A government that is recognized by the world can eventually starve a defiant military of funds, weapons, and legal standing, regardless of who has more guns today. Does this clarify why modern movements focus so heavily on diplomatic recognition and administrative systems rather than just armed struggle?
Yes, what we are doing today is a question our brother, you all know Triple M. This is what is bothering him. He asked me this question, and I promised him that I will go on research. Then I will find out. I don't want to answer by myself. And we are hearing it right here. When those claim they are men on ground that are threatening the head of state, the acting head of state of USB Readicator, our DPM, and threatening all of us, what they will do and what they will not do, without the backup of a government, you are a rebel. Without some backup of USB Readicator government, you are committing treason, asylum. You are, in fact, what you are committing is a warlord. And the case of a warlord is being after recognition of a new country, and they try to use a peace to take you and tell you what to surrender, you refuse. Immediately without wasting time, ICJ will come on their own to pick you up. Any military commander that after a peaceful declaration that refuse to transition with the government in exile, that issue a peaceful declaration, you are on your own. And they say that your people must distance themselves from you, not to support you. Because that any military of any country, whether recognized or not recognized, that the map or the badge or the brand is under the government, that the government that issued a peaceful declaration is in control of the military, not the military in control of the government. I heard from the old food, call herself, I don't know, an interview with Gentle. You are the man on ground. You who wear the shoes, tell us where it's preaching. It's a pure lie. It doesn't exist. You must work in accordance of the government in exile, the government of the country that you are claiming you are protecting for, that you are protecting the territory. Not for you to tell the government how you want to control the government. They said no. See, this Biafra we are looking for, you think is very hard, is difficult from achieving Biafra. It's because of you, how you made it to be hard for yourself. It's our attitude, our understanding, our reasoning is why it is like that. USB has done that, my brother. Through HI something with the program they are doing to rehabilitate the Biafra military. Those who believe under USB, our own military. So they are doing that. You know how much they pay for that, to conduct that online, to train the military, to teach them, to lecture them. And those that refuses, government don't beg military, but people beg government. We must stand on the protocol. We must stand on the law. We must stand in the rules that guides the movement that we are into. The Biafra movement is hard. It's very, our own thing is different. Because you make it to be different from how others achieve their own. If you're an Igbo man, or people do say, Obruna, na-akpọ ụzụ, ma nwaanyị na-akpọ ụzụ, ama ka esi akpọ ogene, agwụ ya, ya leke na-egbe anya n'ọdụ ka ọ mụta ka esi akpọ ya. Nke anyị ọ dọrọ n'ime ya. We, at the level where we are, the only thing that we deterred for is how we fight Nigeria. That we suit international law to work with us. That is what our DPM is doing. That is what the government is doing. We identify the road to achieve what we are looking for. To where the international global community will be on our side. And this is how it makes it easier. With our own way to identify it, has landed Mazda Nakano in prison, and Obato Obia in prison. We have done the same thing. And now for us to change, you said no. Then if the world is changing up to today, who is riding Mercedes, the local Mercedes before? What is boss waging today? Why you are brain in this movement? It's a brain of that old Volkswagen. This is what we are using. You are IPOB Masab. Fallback BGC. That refuse to change this to what the world are looking into. And how the world is transition. Why can't you continue using Nokia Touch now? Why the world has moved away from using Nokia Touch? You in IPOB, in BGC, in Fallback are using the brain of Nokia Touch to detect the internet of the iPhone. Is it proper? Is it possible? That is why the world is laughing at you. That is why you think that Biafra is unachievable. Biafra is very, very easy to achieve. When you follow the due protocol and the rule, the laws that surrenders having a new country. And you see want us to Naki Woto. What of Jugu that's Nak Woto? In the era of Naki Woto through military, did he succeed? For how many years you want us to continue doing one thing? The world is transition. The world is moving. Today, we have come out from landline. We entered into Nokia Touch era. From there today, we have entered into Android. From Android, we have entered into iPhone. And you continuously only protest and shouting about Obato introduce Woto, that we must continue with Woto. Aro wagage. Aro na wagi nisi. Idi eche. Idi aju, why is the world is moving? Why is it? Where is world transitioning into? You are repeating one class. That is, if you see IPOB still remain in primary one. After 27 good years, you are still in primary one. And they are jealous of you that have graduated from university, that are in your final year. They are jealous of you, envy, jealous because of their blockhead that they are repeating one class by IPOB, one family, protest, we move. IPOB, one family, protest, we move. Now, Obato BA come and introduce a little to show the world that we can sustain the government. And the only thing you can do is to continue asking for Woto. Why can't you go and start Woto by yourself now? Don't you want Biafra as a country? Go, Obato BA said, go and fight Biafra in your own way. Leave me. If you first got it, the Biafran law or the Biafran court will judge two of us. Is it not what Obato BA told us? Why is he arrested? Because of they said that he is inciting violence. Yes, Triple M, we are dealing with your question yesterday. So now you are here and Biafrans are here. I am going to play it again so you can join us. And after playing it, I'm going to leave the mic very soon because this program, I don't want it to be too long. I don't want it to highest maximum 2 hours. If it means repeating it again, after today, if Biafra said I should repeat it again, then I will repeat it again. So listen to this. 3 p.m. You are here. After this,
in the 21st
I am opening
century,
mark for you.
The government in exile, GIE, that achieves international recognition is considered to be in legal and diplomatic control, while the liberation military that refuses to submit to it is viewed as an illegal insurgent group. The shift from force to legitimacy is the defining characteristic of modern statehood. Here is how the balance of power breaks down. 1. Legal control, de jure sovereignty. When the international community recognizes a government in exile, that government becomes the only entity authorized to sign treaties. Only the recognized government can enter into international agreements, trade deals, or defense pacts. Access sovereign assets, recognition, allows the GIE to claim national funds held in foreign banks and manage the country's official resources. Represent the nation. The GIE holds the seat at the United Nations and other regional bodies. 2. The subordination rule. Under international law and the 21st century democratic model, the military must be subordinate to civilian authority. The chain of command. A liberation force is legally required to transition into a national army under the GIE's command. The criminalization of independent forces. If the military force refuses this transition, they lose their status as liberators and are reclassified as non-state armed groups, NSAGs. Under the domestic law of the new state, their actions can be prosecuted as treason or mutiny. 3. Diplomatic versus kinetic power. In the 21st century, diplomatic power, the GIE, often outmuscles kinetic power, the military, because sanctions. The international community can place sanctions, travel bans, and asset freezes on military leaders who defy a recognized civilian government. Legitimacy versus warlordism. A military force that controls territory but lacks recognition is often treated as a warlord or rebel entity. This makes it nearly impossible for them to build a stable economy or gain legal protection for their members. Individual accountability. Military leaders who act outside the authority of a recognized state can be held personally liable by the International Criminal Court, ICC, for war crimes, whereas soldiers acting under a recognized government's orders have sovereign immunity in many contexts. 4. Why the GIE wins the long game. While a military force might have boots on the ground, a recognized government in exile controls the identity and future of the state. Identification systems. By issuing passports and IDs, the GIE controls the population's ability to travel and conduct business. International support. Recognized governments can request foreign military intervention or peacekeeping forces to help neutralize a defiant domestic military force. Summary of control. Entity. Type of control. Status in 21st century. Government in exile. Legitimate authority. Highest. They own the brand and law of the nation. Liberation military. Physical presence. Temporary. Without government backing, they become outlaws. The verdict. In the 21st century, legitimacy is the ultimate weapon. A government that is recognized by the world can eventually starve a defiant military of funds, weapons, and legal standing, regardless of who has more guns today. Does this clarify why modern movements focus so heavily on diplomatic recognition and administrative systems rather than just armed struggle?
I hope you had it clearly. There is nothing to panic about those on the homeland that are making noise. They don't know what they are brought into themselves. They think that having Biafra is just to come out and talk and trash. No, there is rules, there is law, there is even that arm he carries inside bush has rules. How you put the knot inside it and how you do everything on it. We have our brother here, Ben Shoes. Please have the mic. As usual, welcome to the program. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hey, good afternoon, brother Chino. We are doing great. I'm really opportune to to jam you today. I always got here after your program. I always watch after your program.
Okay.
Today, I'm really opportune.
You're welcome. It's our opportunity to you also. Thank you.
Well done. You're doing great, to be honest. Well done. If we have somebody like you, just as you, Kelena, Brother Kai, few of you are doing more than we expected, to be honest. You know, that is how God is working. I heard when you were complaining about what the YouTube and those the people reporting. That will tell you how our own people is.
Yeah.
You know, from there that you know that not everybody that call you my father is really love you. You know, majority are called, but few are chosen. And this is exactly this is a price. This is a price I know you can pay, you know, for taking this very journey and do whatever you are doing to open the ear and remove some of the cobwebs that is covering up some of our people that doesn't know what freedom is, what liberty is. And you are just removing those cobwebs from their face, from their eye. But some refuse to hearken to that very voice. Keep doing what you are doing. You are hitting them. And anybody who is not paying one price or the other, it means you haven't start doing the right thing. You must pay the price from one thing or the other. You know, so that will give you incentive. Yes, now you know what you are doing. You know, those challenges, you must face it. But when they come, Elohim will not just leave you alone. He will always be with you.
You see?
You know, do not fear. Do not deter. None of them can do anything. We have seen how they roll. You know, we have seen how they roll.
Yes,
Nothing
imagine monitoring one page for over 9 months. One page. Every 3 months, you're under monitoring.
You see.
I monetize the page till today. I never receive one other from the page. I never withdraw one other from it. All the superchat the are giving is inside this page. They refuse to allow me to touch it.
All these things are tests to know what you are doing. Even the YouTube knows the people that are doing the right thing. Remember, Nigeria they brought 20 billion to stop this very movement.
Exactly.
What do you think they will do? This is a way of stopping it. They pay to all these network companies. Facebook, they started from Facebook. Now, nobody is even looking at what Facebook is doing. Now, they channel to other places. But it will not stop us.
No, they can never.
It will not deter us. Yeah. Keep hammering them, you know, injecting them that thing they don't want to hear. Keep on injecting it on them. It's sinking on them. Even can on you know, on the Tigandi Obarana na camp on Dino, you know, on Abba. I'm saying on Abba, they know. You see, all those criminals, all of them, vagabond, Okengwane. Oh, look at their role, all of them. Ask them, try to schedule a program and ask them, why do they travel to Finland to declare? What is their reason of traveling?
No. They never travel to declare. They travel to stop the real declaration with money being paid by Ogen Kere. See, these men did not travel. They travel. I made under one research. Why, if on a day you are issuing a declaration and the cabinet members start fighting, that they are fighting to stop the declaration and the world will never see you as a peaceful country or a people went in exile again, that it will trigger massive arrest of anybody who is the member of that cabinet of government in exile. So they never traveled for the re-declaration of Biafra in Finland. No, that's not why they traveled. They traveled to stop because the Nigerian government take up to be away for that regulation not to hold. We must try to change our mind on that aspect of this man. But Biama mesmerize them by our DPM declaring on November 29 why they are waiting for 2nd. Remember, on 2nd of December, they called police to stop it, but it is too late for them.
Yeah, bro, I was there. But what I'm telling you, you see, all the whole people that carried that agenda went to Finland. I'm saying it today. Let the whole world hear me. All the whole people that carry such an agenda for destruction and went to Finland. They have brought a kind of a curse to their family.
Exactly.
They have brought a curse to their family, to their generation. Generation unborn and
see
unborn.
police in Finland on December 2nd? Did you see police?
I was there. I know everything I saw everything that happened.
Who called the police?
I saw everything that happened. So all their plan is completely useless. God turned their plans into useless. That is why they came back. After they came back, then they started using that plan C.
Plan C.
The plan C.
I have talked about plan A, plan B, and plan C. So
yes.
they are now going to plan C.
So this plan, where plan A didn't work, plan B didn't work. Is it plan C that will work? That is absolutely nothing. Thank you so much. I can see.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, I can see some of our brother and Biafrans. Let me give them wait for them to make their own submission. Thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you, Benjus. Honestly, I am happy to have you here today. Honestly, thank you. I am very, very happy. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, I want to go to the hoster of this program today around 3 p.m. because his question he asked yesterday, I asked him that we'll go and research, is what we are doing today. So 3 p.m., please have the mic.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. Our professor, the real professor, he began to make me think as if those people that usually claim prof. What about our professor, the pattern of IPOB Nigeria, which are professor with that time called doctor. You have to be doctor, you have to be this, you have to be this. I began to think maybe you're hearing case Professor Chomo Koma, Dr. Bryson Koma, ihe ndị ọcha ha wụrụ ncha chọ na onwe ihe ndị IPOB Nigeria mere ka ndị a na-eme. It's quite unfortunate. Professor mechanic na confuse na one ajaja na-eshi ha na-ele ya. Thank you for the research so far. Thank you for the good work. You are doing great. You complained about your page. Yes, my brother. When you are doing good thing, also whenever you are saying the truth, doing the right thing, your enemy will be coming against you. Now they are monitoring your page left, right, center. I don't want to when you are
for 1 year. For 1 year.
Let them keep on monitoring. But I don't like the area is in your super chat. One happy and how we're going to bank again. Ya no manga ikegu ha can me get access. You withdraw the money. Don't say you are not accepting super chat. Thank you so much. Brother Benchu say because yesterday onye na-ajụ maka UK lekwe Benchu so our admin here, so nwere ike baya si ya lekwe nọmba Benchu so nwere ike ya kpọọ nọmba ya nga onye ahụ were ya enwe someone na-ajụ maka UK, so I don't know. Our admin no here now.
People, please, 1 minute. Please, I rather Benchu. I don't know if you want your number to be in the open or you want me to come.
Absolutely. We are completely transparent.
To have the number. Yeah, call the
number. We are transparent.
Yes.
+44 74 26 26 again 25 39 +44
yeah, thank you.
74 2626 2539. UK admin.
Okay, so for that 3 p.m., thank you so much for reminding me. For that one who was asking for UK, please, that is the number of the who is in charge in UK. So take the number, reach out to him about you asking about how to get involved with ID and everything. So please reach out to our brother Ben Choose, then you get everything you want. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Triple. Thank you. Okay, Oluogele. Ndewo.
Yeah, all right. Ọ na-ahụ na ya na a na-aja aja agba atani maka atani awụ ha anọ. Ghọtala. So ihe a na-eme na anyị anaghị ezu ezu. Ihe a na-eme na mba ụwa ma na anyị nọ ya. Mba ụwa ma na anyị nọ ya. So whatever thing we are doing now is in the open. My people at the comment section, I greet each and every one of you. Yeah, our brother no here, Mama initially I initially
Ike Jesus.
Okay, oh Ike Jesus, I greet you too, my brother. I greet you, I appreciate you for coming. Now, based on my question which you brought here, you know, this I know why I asked that question. We have treated this thing in your platform before giving me gadgets. I know.
Yeah.
You know why we usually refer back. But when the brain ha na enwe partial contact and now they calculative, because this issue of men on ground destroys so many people. They destroy so many people. Despite that now and you came out on the right time. That now Apola from the armed struggle. But many people follow out today who because of a men on ground use it against the government. They push against government. This against the government. But if you know something, you have to know something. You have to reason well. In the kuku men on ground, men on ground, I ain't Ojuku Rogo. I don't know Ojuku fair. The reason why Ojuku Jifel Owehu international diplomat.
Yes.
Owehu international diplomat. That was why he failed. Because he got one now all on na log outside. So British in Nigeria. I want to know why was in the dark. That's why he failed. Remember, that's why Mazen Nande Kanoji question. All my him no Juku fail law. Yeah, I be na media. Na media so na here Juku.
Yeah, that is first thing, yes.
That's why he now bent on focusing on media and he educated us. I should push you. Our PM Biakia. Yeah, see, he looked at why Ojuku failed, looked at why Owasike failed. Look at Mazen Nandekano Himroki, which loophole. Then that's why he introduced multidimensional approach.
Yes.
And that multidimensional approach, a man maybe or they informed that na arm struggle apola. I don't know if you get my point.
Yes.
Or they informed that na arm struggle apola. May no GPG arm struggle mana is part of the game. Because in your plan arm struggle really shake the zoo. Now, our people, finally, our DPM batala. Emma, no na go say na following your teachings na ihe niile USB na-eme. Emma, our DPM, ijom na aga m asị gị na our DPM ma all distance ị na-ekwu.
Yes, now.
Our DPM ma all distance ị na-ekwu. That's why ihe niile no na go say na on that route already, on that track na-epush ya. And onweghị onye ga na-awụrụ their mouthpiece na they are not training anybody. Ihe ma work focus on eme. Ozi ngụnwa ụzọ na-agwazi our people to make our people know the areas the route our government is following. Remember the last time you came on Saturday fundraising, you said something. How many countries na archive ndị respond positively. Yeah, gwag that na yes, ya mana ọ karịrị ole ahụ ngwa na-ekwu na ọ karịala ya.
Yes.
So, I don't know why. Coming to my question na mbụ maka the men on ground. I kwuru ya kwụsie ya ike. Nwanne, ihe ọ sọrọ osisi mịa na mkpụrụ kwụọ n'elu ya. When once ị gara n'ala gbubie taproot ya, osisi ahụ ga-eji nwayọọ kpọnwụọ. Na ihe anyị na-eme na USB, the government, we are with the taproot of what we are doing. And there's something you need to understand. I see, onya ne na de meranto.
Exactly.
Adege meranto. All the guy here.
Let me read something out. Let me read, because of what you
Okay.
said. I want to read something out. He said, a military liberation that refuses to surrender or to work with a government in exile that issued a peaceful declaration, whether achieve recognition or not, in the section of the international community, that's military liberation commanders and his men are being seen as a warlord, rebel, terrorist armed group will be charged under the law of the ICC, treason, insubordination, and the law of rebel are for such men. The ICC will not hesitate after official recognition of the government in exile to arrest all the military and ban them from traveling from one country to the other, and use the law of a warlord to treat all those military. Without the backup of a government in exile, a civil government authority, they remain rebel, insurgency, terrorist, warlord, and a group that are spying against their country in the future. That is what the law is all about. And this is from ICC. So
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. You see, our people need to, thank you so much, brother. Our people need to wake up. Like you will always say, it is no longer how we think or how we feel. It is how the people that we are looking up to, the rules and regulations they face. Because you can't tell me that when the Simon is there, when PM is there, now they are killing people in our land and they are buying people. One day, they will try to provoke us because I wanna with the USB now, we're just like an egg. We're just like an egg. When you put egg on a spoon and began to run with that egg, you have to be very careful. That is what USB doing because I wanna because
yes,
the country will enweghị mba ụwa chọrọ ka anyị nwere onwe anyị. Ndị na-benefit n'aka Zoom enwe ndị chọrọ ka anyị nwere onwe anyị. So you need to be very very careful. Even onwe ihe ahụ ha wepụtara n'ọhịa a ga-eji eme gị recognize gị ime ya based on our condition and our state. We have to make it more excellent. Make it nke ga-abụ ha bigodo na ha ga-abịa ka ha gbuo pasha onweghị ebe ha ga-esi egbu pasha. At the end of the day, they will not have any other option than to say let them go, leave them. So that's why our people need to be very careful. If you are in Biafra land, you have to be very careful in what you do. Tread with caution. We are in the den of lion, and in no distant time, we will get what we want and they put them where they belong. We don't need to talk to them. We don't need for now. We need to win them internationally and get what we want. That thing that we couldn't get. Had it been when Ojukwu they declared and he pursued to international, that thing wouldn't have happened that way.
yes.
But he declared. They felt that everything is okay. They relaxed. They never seek international. They never moved out to submit documents. Now, you know, when he declared, and I'm not sure there was anything like a referendum. There was not. Ojukwu declare without anything like a referendum. Then they began to leave. But they should have, prepare some document and send it out. Okay, and when I go tell you, I will be with you shortly. Yeah. So that's it. So my people, we need to focus. USB have gotten it right. USB has gotten it right, and there is nothing the international community will do today that will make us lose our track. I say Ogumagala, chameleon. sị na ọ gaghị ekwu na ọhịa na-agba ọkụ ya egbe agha echefu ọtụtụ ije nne na nna ya ji wee so ya.
Yes.
So let's focus. Do that they ask you to do. Go and apply for your ID card first. I keep saying it every day. I am a citizen of the United States of Biafra and I have it, my ID card. I am waiting for the international passport. When once all the now, I will be among those that will apply first. I really need it. I really need it. Let's forget about all these things. The people that call themselves men on ground, what is shielding them is government. If government is no
It's
longer
not,
there, they are rebels.
the brand of military is being owned under a government of a civilian defense.
That is it. That is it. Because you have you must have something that will shield you. We now as a human being now, it doesn't matter the kind of human being you are. You must have come from somewhere. You are bearing someone's name. You must come from somewhere. So my people, let's wisen up. Forget about here now. Government is doing the needful to take us home. Thank you so much, my brother.
Look at today. I played out. The world has in the index, in the world index, and in the world archive, the 40 states of Biafra has been. If you check online now, you will see it. You will see the 40 states and their cities, which I played today. I researched for it yesterday. Today I saw everything. So I say, wow. So we are going to this extent that even the 40 states and their city with their name has been included in the movement of USB. We are going home. That's why I said that the people that never believed that America should be a country in 1776, that over 80,000 flew away. That is how you are going to run away very soon. That election will hit USB re-declared. Let's go to our brother Ike Jesus. 5 minutes. Please have the mic. Why I give our 3 p.m. so much because of the program today is the question is asked is what I researched, and I have to give him time to talk. So please, Ike Jesus, have the mic. 5 minutes. Go on.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon, Ike Jesus.
Thank you. 3 p.m. Thank you so much. My brother from UK, Shoes, my brother Shoes, thank you so much. Those in the comment section and my brother here, once again, thank you. Good afternoon from my place. In my base. Oh, man. I really want to thank God, appreciate the name of God for 29th of November 2024.
Exactly.
Whatever I remember that day, I thank God because that day it is the reason why we are still talking about Biafra today. That 29th. A lot to happen. Despite that we are not there, I am not there, but we are watching from internet. A lot happened. But God give us victory. And that is the same God that gave us victory on 29th of November 2024. That the same God is still on the throne. And is still giving us victory over mediocres, over our enemies, over the wicked ones, over the ones that say they want Biafra, but deep in their hearts, they are not looking for Biafra. God give us victory. Both those that they have plan A, those that they have plan B, from plan B to plan C, God give us victory over them. You see how they're scattering Imam Madabo, Dekere, Van. The Bible says they will gather in one way, but they will scatter in 7 ways.
Yes, sir.
That's still scattering. Look at how many group they are right now. But it is those that started in one group that have scattered. But USB still stands solid. USB still stands. Truth never shake. My happiness today that I'm still standing in the way of the truth. But this truth that I stand in it, I have not regret that. Why did I support USB? I'm not supporting Dr. Ngozi Odabeze. I am supporting my government. It is my government. It is my right to support United States of Biafra government. It is my government. Now we get them, nobody then get us. And I never felt regret to supporting this government. They have made me proud. They have put joy, smile in my face. I want to appreciate all of you. You that is spending your money, spending your energy, spending your time to preach this gospel of the truth. The Almighty Elohim will reward and bless you.
Sure.
A lot of us don't know what we are doing today. When the reward of your work will be coming, your enemy will be jealous of you. When the God started reward you from this insult, from mediocres, from this abuse, from mediocres, because you stand in the way, because you stand in the truth.
Jesus, are you there? Your time remains 1 minute. Your network. Let's go to our brother CBCB. My brother, please have the mic. Good evening from here.
Good evening, my brother.
We can't hear you, CBC.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
It's fainted. Just come close to your mic. You are far from your mic. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit is down. I don't know why it's down.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I think we can hear you now.
Yeah, my brother, I just want to, to encourage you. I can see the good work you are doing, and also the complaint you made about the YouTube issue. All things work together for good. Just to encourage you and to say hello to my great Biafrans all over the world. God will continue to help us. It's already achieved. It's just to see it manifesting physically, which we are praying, and God is helping us. I don't have much to say, just to encourage you to continue. God bless you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for quick one. Thank you. We are doing it together. I am fighting for my freedom. I am not here from the money from YouTube. No. What is important to me is let the message, and there is a time to change our mindset from time of protest of Mazankan, making us to realize who we are, that we are on the streets, that we are no longer in the streets because of what? The peaceful declaration of the USB we are declared. That is number one. Then number two, to remind people that after a peaceful declaration, that we are no longer into armed conflict, that we are into the doctrine of law. That what Tobias said, that a road to achieve Biafra is in the open. So our mindset has to change. There is a mindset of when you are in nursery school, then to when you are in primary school, than to when you are in primary and when you are in secondary. The reasoning is not going to be the same. That is where we are in this movement. So in the belief of the way to achieve Biafra, that Biafra was declared by Ojukwu in IPOB ideology, that Biafra, because Ojukwu declared it, that we don't have to declare it again. We are not longer in that era. That is the era of our nursery school. Now, in the era of forming a group or making a protest on the streets and playing on the streets and be dancing on the street is the era of primary school, when you dance a real money or taking a foul, that is the era of IPOB protest or organization. We are no longer in that era. Then we need to also understand that Obatobia automatically brought us into secondary school immediately without wasting time. Obatobia. Now, in secondary school, in JS1, you play na class one of those things. The time that time of when Obatobia was answering autopilot. Then from that autopilot of our secondary, he moved us into taking a jam, taking a WAEC for us to transition into university. Now, the university is Biafra government in exile under BRGIE that issue a peaceful declaration. Now, we graduated from this secondary and we entered into university on the day of the government in this declaration is the day that we enter university. Then we entered, we are in our final exam. On that moment, Biafra we are declared. After the re-declaration, we now graduate to go out there to establish our intelligence and things we read in school by diplomatic movement of the USB for seek for recognition. That is why that is the level that I want people to know. That the same way that the world has transitioned from landline into the era of a Nokia touch, from the era of Nokia touch to the era of Android, from the era of Android to the era of iPhone 17 Pro Max at this 21st century, 2026. Now, when you look at this again, people will move from time of driving Volkswagen, Volvo, those kind of level of, this is how the world is changing. It's only IPOB and myself, they refuse to transition, they refuse to change, they remain there. So I want people to know that we have transitioned to the final of graduation. We have graduated. Now we want to let the world to know why we went to school, why we spent primaries, nursery school, primary, secondary, university, and we graduated, and now we are seeking for job. The job we are seeking for is what? The establishment we are is University of Biafra diplomatic movement to achieve recognition. That is the final game. Yes, we have our brother here. Okay, Peter, please have the mic. You're welcome. Good evening from here.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Mazi, good evening. You're welcome.
Mazi, good evening. It's my first time being in your program. It was such a wonderful program, my brother. You're doing a great thing, I have to really congratulate you and everybody that supported you and USB. You guys are doing a great thing. Our DPM said that so each and every one of us are doing his own best, in order for us to achieve our dream, and it's already here. I just want to touch two areas. One is the Finland, and second is my base here. I had when the Maze Benchu said something. I was in Finland, even the first and second one, I was there. I just want to give a little bit hint of what happened there, because some people don't really know what happened. On the first day of our opening declaration, a lot of things happened there. This is the first time they wanted to try to disorganize what we are doing. So when I came into the hall, my mind told me something. I don't know that something is already going on behind the scene. What Ogenkele are planning, I didn't know anything. immediately I just spring up and start doing the security things, and other people join me. And this is when we start doing the security things, you know. And we took it on ourselves, because if we don't do something, who is going to do it for us? And probably by the grace of God that guide us, so
Yes.
that things that in us, that because they already planned a serious bad thing on that day, but because of the way we handled the situation that day, and some of the things change, you know. And even though Genkere himself was trying so many times to convince me, you know, I don't know why he was just trying to, everything he was saying to me, I was just like, brother, Biafra first. Forget about whatever that happened, Biafra first. Whatever he was saying, I said Biafra first. Because for me, I'm not in Biafran struggle to patronize anybody or to, sorry?
To occupy position.
To occupy position or to come there and just make friends. I'm not in Biafran struggle to make any position, and it's not what I want. My Biafra, my freedom first, and that's why I'm there. I joined our leader since 2012 when I heard his voice the first time. At first, when I was staying in the zoo, when Wazirike was doing his things in Sulele. I wanted to join them there, but I couldn't find the address. And then when I came to Europe, I had the voice of my leader. Then I joined him. And when my leader came to Austria, because I based in Austria, I was with him. Among the whole people that were there on that first day, I don't know why God are doing that. I was on his right hand when we took a picture. Because when he was talking, I was sitting in front of him, listening to him. My spirit told me that the leader come from Biafra. He came for us to be free. And after that, we took a picture. Among of the people of the DOS then that I took picture with, only me, that's the one that left. Even when I left them, there were a lot of stories. There were a lot of things. All the whole money I paid there, they brought me out and they castigate me, this and that. I told them, look, I'm not here to make a friend. I'm here to have my freedom. My question today to them, those who are living in Austria, they knows me very well. What is happening now with the DOS? Those who are coming out to castigate Simon Ekpa, because when the problem of our PM started, I told them, look, let's forget whatever we are doing and focus on our Biafra. Let's not, start fighting here and there. Let us focus and get our Biafra first. They were doing all kinds of things. They were saying all kinds of things to me. I told them, okay, look, I don't want to fight with anybody. I will be paying all the money I'm paying. I've been paying them a yearly payment, 700 euros. I pay it once. I told them that I don't want to fight with our PM because I see the PM as somebody who is there to get our freedom. And they start fighting me. I said, okay, I'm not coming to meeting anymore. I pull myself out. Up to today. So those who are fighting and calling me on the phone, I'm talking about the people in Austria. Those who are calling me on phone that they have arrested my they called him all manner of names. They are coming to take me. They know themselves. When they hear this voice, they know who is talking. What is happening today in their midst? Who is now working for government and who for Nigerian government and who is working for the freedom of Biafra? This is the question they have to ask yourself. So I don't want to say so much things. Even what the Methuselah is doing now, brought me out to using me, want to use me to tell the world that this is the people that are fighting for who is supporting the Simon and the fight our struggle. All this thing he's doing now, the Methuselah, he knows what he's doing. If he wants to really talk to himself, he wants to say the truth, he has to come out from this thing he's trying to hide because he knows exactly what he's doing. So I'm still talking to those ones who call themselves DOS here in Austria because they know Austria as the people who who has the highest saboteur in our struggle. I'm talking to you guys today. The earlier you come out to join what we are doing, is better for each and every one of us, for us to go home earlier. Stop beating around the bush. Biafra has been declared. It cannot going to be declared a second time again. Even if you don't believe on it, even if you don't think that is happening, because some of them said that for them, their Biafra is not yet declared. They don't accept the ID card. They don't want to associate with us. But let me tell you one thing. We have been living in a foreign country. We know how things are working. And I want to give another testimony what happened here in Austria. I have my ID card.
Okay.
And I've been stopped by police. Then I gave them, I know I have my other documents. I gave them the ID card because I want to know the fate of my ID card. And I gave it to them. And I left them because they stopped me and they have to go and pick up the money from bank to pay for whatever they call it as a penalty or offense or whatever I committed because I was riding on my electric scooter, you know. So they said I crossed the railway. I'm not supposed to cross the railway. I have to stop down. I have to step down and push it. So this is just for them to know that we are not being accepted. This is the time for us to go home. So when I came back, I gave them the money. They didn't ask me about any other document because they scanned it. They know that it's legitimate. And the next day, I went to the register office because I told them, I went there to tell them that I want to register this document on my name. It's my documents, it's my identity. And when I got there, they said everything is fine. The only question they asked me is the passport is already here. I said no. But we are in the process. They said that this is your identity. This is your, please keep it on. It's your identity. Once the passport is out, come out. We register the passport. So I want to use this opportunity to tell people that in Austria here that Biafran ID card is being recognized everywhere. It's being recognized, even those who are accepting themselves as a Biafran and those who doesn't want to associate themselves in what we are doing. Please come out from your hiding. Forget about what you have done on the past. Come out, openly apologize. I know it's not so easy for someone to apologize on whatever he or she have done in the past, but you have to do it. You're a human being. Just come out with the open hand and said you're sorry because you have been misled. You have been, try to put a lot of things to convince you. Now you have known the truth. It's only that truth that will set us free. So in that part, everything that Benchu said about what happened in Finland, everything is true. I was there. Both this 2023 and the second one, 2024. I was there. We know everything. The police came on the second. They were in the hall on the second to arrest whoever they want to arrest themselves. But when they came, everything is over. You know. So what we did in Finland is, in many years to come, a lot of people will now say, "Oh my God, these people really did a lot." But now it's just for them. It's like a childish place. Like they don't know what is going on. And don't forget that our leader said, "You will sleep in that Nigeria. You will sleep in Biafra. Sorry, you will sleep in Biafra and be asking yourself, when is Biafra coming?" You know. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. There is one thing I want us to understand before I give Ike Jesus the mic. Our brother Sunday Okechukwu, your deserve is not connected with your mic. So please go out and refresh your phone and come back again. Our brother Sunday Okechukwu, your network, your deserve is not connecting with your mic. So it will not allow me to bring you in. And there is nothing I can do from here. It's from your own side. So I want us to know one thing for sure. Anybody who doesn't want to associate himself with USB that declared, if you have my WhatsApp, just tell me. I will screenshot what happened to those that never want to associate themselves with America. Declaration in 1776. Over 80 million of America run away from America. Some of them was in the citizens of Canada today. Montenegro country was being formed by people of America. Those over the 80 million run away. Today, look at something is happening in South Africa we don't know. Out of the 9 official exile governments in Africa, another country is trying to pull out from South Africa again. Where Namibia pull out from? Those Namibians over the 90,000 citizens of Namibia that was pushed away to the border of South Africa that fought against Namibia. Today, they are trying to find a way out to pull out from South Africa again. So anybody who said, oh, I don't believe USB are declared, it is very open in the open. You are in abroad. You have 24 hours light. You have your internet. You have light. You can research. Just also how Poland, when Poland lost their country in the hands of Soviet Union and Germany, how do they get it back? Did they get it back by protests as an organization? No. They get it back by just a peaceful declaring through forming a government in 1939 in London precisely. And there was there for 51 good years with their exile government until they formed the government in 1939. They lost their country as they run into London. Then in 1947, Poland declared it. After declaring it, then in 1950, Poland achieved their first ever recognition. They refused to travel down because of the power of the Soviet Union and Germany. They never did. They never go. They waited until 50 years, 51 years, when UN, US, and the London, they recognized them. That is the only time they went back. When people of America that is running now everywhere today, that is the world power, number one world power today, declares their country 1776. People said no to that. But because of they said no, that we distance ourselves, even the Anglican clergy, Anglican bishop said no to American declaration. The country, the state, I don't know who is today, is the highest country, highest state in America that said, we don't want America as a country. They said, we don't want America as a country. And many of them like that. Texas joined them also. Those never want America as a country, which is they produce, even the African slaves in America also voted that they don't want America to be a country, that they want to remain under Great Britain. What happened? They pushed 500 of citizens of America to sign openly, come out and put their signature against 56 continental congressmen, like the 500 Biafrans who signed our document in Finland. That is what they call, when you hear about the 56 intercontinental congressmen, you never knew that you who went to Finland and signed the document is among the intercontinental congressmen of Biafra. You don't know your position and what it means. Go and search and research what it means. Then you will find what I'm saying right now. So because of the 500 who signed against 56, I don't want America to be a country. 56 men win against 500. That is why America is a country today. And those that sign, when America succeed, when first after a year and 6 months of America declaration, Morocco in Africa was the first country that recognized America as check from 1776 and count a year and 6 months when Morocco recognized them as first country recognized America in this world. This America that is number one world power today, that you are embracing, and you have your passport and you are like in heaven. What happened? America did not do anything until after 2 years and 6 months, when France came and recognized America and backed them up. They now fight with arms and chase away Great Britain. Today, look at that, America become a country today, and you are there enjoying. After that, they went through internal blood-curdled war in America. They tell us the numbers that flew away. They refused to open that over 50,000 American citizens was massacred because of their internal blood-curdled war. After getting recognition, the fight now starts. And you think, without declaration of a lost country, like I said, I have in this, if you know my pledge, I have played a different 27 country that they lost their country They get their country back through what? Peaceful they declare it back with the government in Exile, because when you lost it, you won't be in that area you lost it to claim that country back. You must transition into exile. Today, so I'm talking to you, a country called Kabylia is trying to exit from Algeria in Africa here. They are for them to exit. They have a government in exile in France. They declared their country September 14, 2025 of yesterday in exile with the cabinet members. Without government in exile, after a lost country through a peaceful declaration, there is no country to you. And I challenge you, IPOB, give us one country that lost their country, that the only way they get it back is by protest, by shouting, IPOB organization, one family, protest, we move. I said, if you give me one country that only way they got their lost country back is by protest, I said, I will condemn the 27 I presented, then I will close YouTube, I will not talk again, and I will go to every other platform, render apology to you that you are doing the right thing. But if it is not, change. One thing that is constant in life is what? Change is one that is constant. The world is moving forward. You are still remain every year. Obi is a boy with the protest. You and your grandsons and your granddaughter, your wife and your newborn baby is still dancing on the street in the name of protest. When are you going to change? It's only in Biafra people does not change. I make it openly again to you that in this present today, from 2001 to 2026, you have official fall exile government that issue declaration or their declaration, which USB is number 1, Kabylia, number 2, the one from South, the one from China is number 3, then the one Amazonia 2017 is in number 4. What else do you want? Continue deceiving yourself and remaining every OB is a boy without moving. Continue shouting, IPOB, one family. And in the structure of way of 21st century, for you to have a country, there is already doctrine from the world. The doctrine is that either you have a prime minister or you have a chief of staff, not DOS. That is Suenobato mesmerize all of you. Our brother Jesus, please have the mic. Please, your final submission. Please have your mic.
Yeah, I was talking before. I don't know that my network have picked me away.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Everybody will have 2 minutes because of my time here. 2 minutes, because I'm going to work. Please, 2 minutes.
All right. Thank you once again. Thank you once again. I appreciate you so much for your handwork. My brother, so
yeah,
I don't know where to start. But the only thing I come to tell you that Elohim Almighty will reward you and bless you. You see, whenever I remember, I said it before. I don't know whether I'm still online when I said it. November 29, 2024. I said, God, may his name be praised. Because it was that day that is the reason why we are talking about today.
Exactly.
That 29th, my brother, if that thing did not happen that day, me and you will not be here and talking about this Biafra. And the enemy really fought concerning that. But that God who gives us victory to let that document, that God who gives the Tongo the wisdom, that God who gives that boldness, that God who compared her, that God is still working for us today. Because what these people plan.
Network. We can't hear you. Your network. Okay, Jesus. Okay, the network has kicked him out again. Let's go to 2 minutes. I see my brother Benchus is here. Please, if you're close to your mic, please have the mic. Have your final 2 minutes as we're rounding up, please. If you're still close to your mic. After you done 3 p.m.
Thank you so much, Brother Chinoso, for hitting the nail on the head. Thank you. Well done. I don't have so much to give. Rather, continue doing what you are doing. You are on the right channel. You are on the right path. Many times the enemy will not like to see when you are doing something good. But what you are doing is good. Well done. Do not give up. Do not relent
I want
at
to go
all.
back to Biafra. I know what I left before I run away from my life. So I want to go back and maintain those things, and where I will be free to prove who I am.
Do not relent. If you see how to give more, give more. The more you hit the enemy, the more they are quaking. Do not relent at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ben Shoes. Please, if you're in UK, that is, he has called his number. Take that number and contact him for your ID card, for anything you want to know about USB declared. You have only one government in exile, USB declared. I am going to play the 4 from 2021, from 2001 to 2026. I will play that 4 for you. Then every day I will be playing it other countries, that 27, that only way that lost their country, that the only way they got it is through a peaceful declaration. Triple M, please, if you are close to your mic, please have your 2 minutes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for the message so far. Our brother that just spoke to us, you tried. You know, sometimes there is something most of us don't understand. Once you are in this course, without having any different agenda, like our brother Libr Fatima would always say, I want to go home. I'm here for my freedom. Our brother Ike Akonye Wita would always say, define the cause by yourself. It's when you know what you want. That's when you work with sincerity. But once you are here, maybe you are looking at the money you are getting, the money people are giving you, that is what matters most. One even that's why so many people follow the in case I was a aka Ogenkere. Joy, what is your name? I say, my name is Ogenkere, aka Azaya Anyogo. Emankewo aka Emankewo Hiene. People are still following him. This is the same person that said early stage. He said Ngozi is bragging for documents. What is document? Document is nonsense. And people na-esokwaya. Nwanne ụmụnne onye ọbụla mepe anya ya. Ihe agba n'aka eji enye ya. Freedom or nothing. USB have come to stay. Thank you so much, my brother. And our DPM tweeted this afternoon for Homeland account. That Fidelity and the Keystone. Yeah, okay. I'm going to make it a proper way. Thank you so much.
No, go on. I like for it. I want you to be. Let's hear from you also. Then I will support with your voice. Go on.
Okay. Our DPM tweeted those in the homeland that donating with that account for now should be paused. That they are trying to resolve something on that particular account for now until further notice. So if there is any update, there is a number she dropped there. Amano mom will take the number for here.
Yeah, what the number? We have also posted on different WhatsApp group also.
Okay. For those that really wants to donate, but not on that particular account to avoid any contradiction. Number to call is 4043431801.
Repeat it again. That number is plus. That number is plus.
Plus 43
Yeah.
4 plus 4043431801. That is the number. So my people, we are going home. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, Peters, please have your last 2 minutes. Have your last 2 minutes before we go to our brother Ekeneze. Mazi Peters, are you close to your mic? Okay, it's not. Sunday, Okechukwu, the device is not connecting from your mic, so I don't know. I can't bring you in. I don't know what is happening, but it has also happened to Peter. But after the thing allows him to come in, so I don't know. That is why I am trying to bring you in. Look at you here, but I can't because the mic could not allow me to bring you in. It's not connected. So my brother Kenneth, please have only 2 minutes because of my time. I'm going to work. Please, 2 minutes. Go on. Unmute. Unmute your mic.
Hello.
Yeah, go on, please. 2 minutes.
Okay. My brother.
Okay, thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah, just touch some things. Last time network and them so well. If I go I'm on this platform now. Actually, the enemy nabata here. London can I could something. Because all I be one side people. Or when you have actually down for a while, them have online. So ka got niya lakora because I want authority in here lakowa. Nko about them kain again. Because they believe in those people are content creator. All these people are full of platform they are content creator because I want ya lako. Mwana kala lo nga ti meze is the content creator o kanta kwa because akala ha bali nya le. So anything mo ha bata to ya this platform ka aju ka kowara di nya le me. Yata go as na to ko bala ha je ku bata ke kowara ani ma ko to yin de ku na. Obro fa ni wona. Because I be let to get here, but actually, I be you but here. Ka go tin ya le fun, I do ya just ani. I go want to do ya problem. So that's in the last time not talking so well. Because I gram na platform here according to today. This one is going to Asia. How got to be here men? Ama mo how got I don't know. Because actually go food me have this platform. May invite have bata. Able have void. So how we see what
I am open to. I said I am open to even if them invite me to their platform to our program. I want to go. I am open to everybody. That is my kind of movement. I am open to everybody. I am not specific on one part of people.
Eventually, I want somebody who can challenge. Without challenge, Mama Hile, I look at my high level. They don't come and challenge us. Manda IPOP. I call the way in Yalem. Because in that, not had the fact. Today, one guy, la Kelolo, la US will stand. They would all not just say that's a modern say. If believe let me come to your this thing. Give me the link. Can do a job also one side like that. No, to you. If I go to them, say, madam, give me your link. Let me talk to you. Come back something because they believe like I can't mana and I can't mana. So give me let me see the link and jog at you. My one link on your link in Japata. The first time I was a content creator. Because here clearly they know all of that the Carlo. I took the autopilot. All we had I got my brother.
Yes, that is it.
Although we had I got a lot, this man I better for anybody. Or wherever you know trouble to achieve the what I have already now. And you have seen that this thing have been actualized. Actually, coach you guys come nonsense with them again. Or or creating trouble or we have to come here. Yes, and he created that 100 men to spread what are the music. We are together, but we have achieved our USB. Ask me, madam, that let me tell you something. That we have really declared our USB. Now we are now a sovereign nation. What do you want again? It's not what you want, is what we are getting for you. It's already for the Waziani. Can you boy season 1 yoku on your conquer? This so-called US where we are there for these 5 years. Is it now they want to throw a step? You understand?
The
Okay,
question we need to be asking is the question I normally ask now is that give me one country that the organization that transitioned into government in exile, that the name is DOS. Give me one.
I don't understand, my brother. Because do you know why I'm so angry, madam, my brother? Are you getting my point?
Yes.
He said when two elephants fight, the grass are suffering it.
Yes.
You understand? I because with you, I believe that they will not distract us, they will not stop us. But the more they're creating this chaos, something else is happening for those that are at home.
That is it. But the one thing I want you to know is that when international community focus on recognition of a government in exile, they don't focus on what is happening in the homeland. They focus on the document of the government in exile and what they are presenting to the table. That is why I want you to. That is why, if you flow from the beginning, I played the 40 states of Biafra has entered into archive of the world and in the world index book, proving that the world has accepted the 40 states. Now with the city, now you have, you have state, you have city. Everything has been included. Like the same way the USB map has included in the world map. So what is happening on the ground is for those who want it to happen to them. That is what is happening. So recognition of Biafra, it doesn't depend on what is happening on the home ground. No, it depends on the effort that they are seeing from government and the necessary document. They call it what? Legal document. If you don't have, no one recognize you. So that is why I told anybody, you can form any group you want to form. But once, look at, I keep on saying this, after Poland lost their country in the hands of Soviet Union and Germany, they went to London in 1939, like we lost in Biafra in 1970, woefully, finally. When Chukwuemeka Odumegojukwu ran to Ivory Coast, he did not continue from the argument in exile. But when the Poland people run to London, they continue as government in exile. And what happened? On the 1947, they reissued Poland as a country again. And they pushed for another fresh diplomatic recognition. If your soup throw away from your pot, don't you cook new one? Are you going to be the one on the ground? If you are preparing soup and the soup throw, are you going to be on the ground, or what you will do? You wash the pot, start cooking another fresh soup. What you are doing in that moment is you are re-cooking the soup that throws away. That is where we are. That is only way out. So, like I said, because of my time, please, I want to refresh your mind. One, with the name of the 40 states and the states and capitals of USB under research. Listen.
The United States of Biafra, USB, as proposed under the administrative structure announced during the Restoration Declaration in Lahti, Finland, is organized into 40 states. This structure is designed to ensure local autonomy and decentralized governance. The designated capital of the United States of Biafra is Ibube. The 40 states of the United States of Biafra. The following is the list of the 40 states proposed under this administrative model. 1. Agbor, 2. Aguileri, 3. Ahuada, 4. Anang, 5. Anioma, 6. Arochukwu, 7. Asaba, 8. Bende, 9. Boni, 10. Brass, 11. Calabar, 12. Dejima, 13. Ebube, the capital state, 14. Eket, 15. Enugu, 16. Ibeku, 17. Idemili, 18. Igala, 19. Igbanki, 20. Igadi. 21.
Ogidi.
Ika.
Eka.
22. Ikot Ekpene.
Ikote Ekwena.
23. Itsikiri.
Ishekiri.
24. Nui.
Nuri.
25. Nsuka.
Nsoka.
26. Obudu.
Obudu.
27. Ogoja.
Ogoja.
28. Ogoni.
Ogoni.
29. Ohafia.
Ohafia.
30. Okigwe.
Okigwe.
31. Onitsha.
Onisha.
32. Opobo. 33. ORLU.
That is Olo.
34. Oweri. 35. Owo. 36. Oyo. 37. Umuahia. 38. Uyo. 39. Wari. 40. Yanagoa. Administrative significance. This 40-state configuration is central to the movement's peaceful redeclaration model. By establishing these internal boundaries and administrative units, the government in exile aims to fulfill the Montevideo Convention requirement of having a defined territory and an organized government capable of managing its internal affairs, even while operating diplomatically abroad.
Now, listen to the states and capitals. The world has embraced it. It's not about what you think, like I always said. It's beyond you.
Under the administrative structure announced by the United States of Biafra, USB, government in exile, led by figures such as Dr. Ngozi Orobweze, the territory is organized into 40 states.
Have you had
Each state is designed to have its own governor and administrative headquarters, city. The national capital of the United States of Biafra is Ebube City. The 40 states and their designated cities/capitals. Below is the list of the 40 states and their primary administrative cities, as established in the 2024-2025 transition documents. Hash. State name. Administrative city. Capital. 1. Aba.
The city first.
Aba. 2.
Capital.
Adoka. Adoka. 3. Afemai Igodomigodo. Auchi. 4. Akpakip Oro. Oro. 5. Alanso. Alanso. 6.
Alanso.
Alaudo. Alaudo. 7. Anioma. Asaba. 8. Ahoada. Ahoada. 9. Branham. Branham. 10. Calabar. Calabar. 11. Ebony. Abakaliki. 12. Ebube. Ebube City. National capital. 13. Eda. Eda. 14. Enugu. Enugu. 15. Epi. Epi. 16. Esan Igodomigodo. Ekpoma. 17. Eziani. Eziani. 18. Iden Igodomigodo. Benin City. 19. Idong Ibom. Idong Ibom. 20. Igala. Ida. 21. Igbani. Bani. 22. Ika. Agbor. 23. Ikemba. Ikemba. 24. Icom. Icom. 25. Equimisia. Equimisia. 26. Itai Anak. Ikot Ekpene. 27. Iwe. Wari. 28. Iwhunroha. Port Harcourt. 29. Odumegwu. Odumegwu. 30. Ogbia Eisen. Ogbia. 31. Ogoja. Ogoja. 32. Ohabwenyi. Ohabwenyi. 33. Ohaukwu. Ohaukwu. 34. Okigwe. Okigwe. 35. Omambala. Omambala. 36. ORLU. ORLU. 37. Oweri. Oweri. 38. Kwa. Kwa. 39. South Atlantic. South Atlantic. 40. Rehobo Isoko. Ugeli. Key administrative details. Administrative model. This 40-state structure was officially ratified in a series of virtual cabinet meetings in early 2025. It moves away from the old provincial system to a more modernized federal model. Governance. Each state is managed by a governor, and the departments within each state are led by commissioners. Official language. While English is used for international diplomacy, the native languages of the respective states are recognized for local administration. This list reflects the institutional framework that the USB uses to demonstrate its readiness for international recognition under the Montevideo Convention guidelines.
I hope you had it clearly. We are those who are doubting, we cry. The thing is that pray or ask for you not to be among those that will flee away or that will hide themselves when it happens by recognition. Because it happens in America, happened in Poland. After Poland we are declared, the 3 groups emerge from Poland that we are seeing today. Lithuania, after we are declared, 3 groups emerge. This is what has happened in this world that we are living into. I want to play you some countries that the only way that they achieve their country is through real declaration after they have lost it woefully. And how real declaration is the only way they are a country today. So you will also use it to compare where USB real declared stand. Because when I will continue using my word, it's beyond what we think or way to have Biafra. And I'm telling you, with every research, that no country in this world that sabotage group have stopped them from being a country. Mama Simon, I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mama Simon, I see. Mama Simon, but this is another. Mama, please, if you're not subscribed on her YouTube page, please go there and subscribe, please. She's also doing well. She's also doing well. Mikel Ezani, I greet you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Mendi Nanya. Okay, Mendi IPOB. IPOB is not a government in exile. So, I want to listen to this. My question is, I want to find all the countries that lost their independence and later get it back from government in exile and issue a real declaration of a lost country and get it through recognition back to their country. Listen to those that happens. I want to give you like maybe 4 or 5. The next time I will continue giving you different names so you will hear it clearly.
There are several powerful historical examples of countries that were occupied or lost their independence, formed governments in exile, GIE, issued official redeclarations of independence, and successfully regained their status as full.
Please, 1 minute, I'm coming. Let me refresh.
1. The Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. The most significant modern examples are the Baltic states. They were occupied and annexed by the Soviet Union in 1940, but never accepted the loss of their statehood. The government in exile. All 3 maintained diplomatic representations abroad, especially in the US and UK. For example, Estonia maintained a government in exile based in Oslo and later in Stockholm. The redeclaration. Between 1990 and 1991, they did not declare new independence. They issued declarations of restoration, arguing that their statehood had legally continued since 1918. Result: today they are full members of the UN, EU, and NATO. Their success was based on the legal principle of state continuity, the idea that the country never actually died, it was just occupied. 2. Ethiopia, Abyssinia. In 1936, Italy invaded and annexed Ethiopia. Emperor Haile Selassie was forced into exile in London. The government in exile from London, the emperor continued to act as the head of state, famously addressing the League of Nations to protest the occupation. The redeclaration. On May 5, 1941, exactly 5 years after the fall of Addis Ababa, the emperor returned and re-established the sovereign government. Result: Ethiopia regained full recognition. This case is vital because it proved that effective control of the land is not required to maintain legal sovereignty if the international community continues to recognize the exiled leader. 3. Poland. Poland was invaded by Germany and the Soviet Union in 1939, leading to the total occupation of its territory. The government in exile, the Polish government in exile, was established first in France and then in London. It commanded the Home Army, resistance, and maintained a full administrative structure. The redeclaration. While a communist government was installed after World War II, the government in exile in London refused to dissolve. It maintained that it was the only legal successor to the pre-war republic. Result: in 1990, after the fall of communism, the last president of the government in exile, Ryszard Kaczorowski, traveled to Warsaw and officially handed over the presidential insignia to Lech Walesa. This act formally linked the modern Polish state to the original pre-war republic. 4. Czechoslovakia. Similar to Poland, Czechoslovakia was dismantled by Nazi Germany in 1938-1939. The government in exile, Edvard Beneš, formed a provisional government in London. He spent years lobbying for the nullification of the Munich Agreement, which had allowed the occupation. The Redeclaration, by 1941, the Allies, UK, US, USSR, recognized his exiled administration as the provisional government of Czechoslovakia. Result: after the war, the state was restored. Though it later split into the Czech Republic and Slovakia, the legal path to regaining independence was carved by the government in exile. Summary of the winning formula. Based on these successful countries, the path to full recognition follows a specific legal pattern. Step: action. Legal significance. 1. Exile formation. Prevents the state from being legally erased. 2. Diplomatic lobbying. Maintains state personality in the eyes of foreign powers. 3. Redeclaration. Reasserts that the original sovereignty still exists. 4. Handover/restoration. Transitions the exiled authority back into the physical territory. The law backup. All these countries relied on the doctrine of non-recognition, also known as the Stimson Doctrine, which states that territory gained by force is not legally valid, allowing the original government to stay alive in exile until justice is restored.
I hope you heard it clearly. How even Ethiopia regained their country. In fact, I don't know what's wrong with our people, because we don't ask questions, we don't research, we don't find answer. We continue saying the thing we have been saying from time immemorial to today. Look at Ethiopia. Redeclare. Ethiopia formed a government in exile in London in 1936. Then, on May 1941, May 5th, 1941, they redeclared Ethiopia. Ethiopia was redeclared. They lost their country. They redeclared it. Poland lost their own in the hands of Soviet Union and Germany. They redeclared their own back. Czechoslovakia lost it. They redeclared it in 1938/1939. They lost. What happened? They formed government in exile. The government in exile in 1941. They based in UK, US, USSR. It's only in Biafra movement there is no government in exile. I want to talk. So what of Lithuania that lost their own and redeclare it? What of Isina that lost their own and event? These are those that lost their. I have give you right now 5, and the one from Africa, Kenya, sorry, Ethiopia that lost their own and redeclare without redeclaring a lost country through a government. They said that the step 1 to regain it back is through government in exile, not through DOS, not through IPOB. A government in exile structure is the only way to regain it. My people, because of my time, I thank you all. And I welcome for today's program has come to an end. Please watch out tomorrow. We are going to have our time fully, maybe 2 times tomorrow, back to back, and also the audio record and all of them. Please, we only ask you to share and like the program. That is all we ask. Share and like. Subscribe on the YouTube page if you never do so. I thank you, and I said, may Elohim continue to strengthen us. Bless our DPM. Give the government of USB more strength to push more on the legal side on the issue of a peaceful declaration like Poland, if they can achieve it. If Ethiopia in 1936 can achieve it through a government in exile declaration, we must achieve it. If Namibia can do through government in exile, if Algeria can do, if Angola, many countries in Africa, it's the only way to achieve their own. So our own is going to be different. The only way you would think that Biafra cannot be, it's not achievable, it's not coming, is because of what? We have never been on the track like every other person, follow the track road and achieve their country. Our own is not quite different. It's you and I make it to be a different one. But today, we are going in the right track. So I thank you from me, from here. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.